Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a way of parenting that's really designed for the world our children are growing up in right now. It's about more than just success. It's about raising them to be emotionally strong, to be resilient. Let's dive in. As a parent today, there's probably a question that sits quietly in the back of your mind. It's a feeling, a concern, that goes way beyond just marks and report cards. It's about their future, their well-being, their happiness. And this is the real question, isn't it? Are we preparing our kids for the ups and downs of life itself, or are we just preparing them for the next exam? It's such a powerful question because we all know deep down that good grades are just one tiny piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. The reason this question feels so important right now is because our children are growing up in a world that comes with a very unique set of challenges. It's a kind of struggle that's often unspoken for them and for us. I mean, just think about it. Our kids are more informed, more stimulated than any generation in history, but at the same time, they are dealing with more pressure, more anxiety, and even with all this digital connection, they often feel less emotionally secure than ever before. It's this strange paradox that makes our job as parents so incredibly challenging. If we could step into their shoes for a moment, we'd see they're navigating this storm of academic pressure, a constant overload from screens, and the relentless comparison that social media brings. And all of this can lead to a really deep fear of failure and just a general confusion about their own feelings. So, if the old rulebook, the one that focused mainly on control and performance, isn't enough to handle these new challenges, then what's the answer? Well, it all begins with a simple but profound shift in our focus. A new way of seeing what truly matters. And this is that aha moment. Look at this. On the left is what society has always told us is important. IQ, marks, degrees. But on the right, that's what really builds a successful and fulfilling life. Skills like emotional regulation, true self-confidence, and the resilience to get back up when life knocks you down. This is exactly where conscious parenting comes in. And look, this isn't some new age theory from somewhere else. It's a very practical approach backed by science and psychology, but it's deeply rooted in our own Indian values. The entire goal shifts from trying to control our kids to truly connecting with them and building their emotional intelligence. Okay, so that sounds good, but how do we actually do this in our busy, everyday lives? Well, this approach is built on two really strong pillars that give us a clear structure. They help us move from just reacting to our kids to responding with intention and love. The first framework is the competency model. It all starts with knowledge, actually understanding the why behind your child's behavior. From there, we build the skills, learning how to communicate, how to set a boundary around screen time that is firm but also kind. And finally, all of this is held together by attitude, making a conscious choice for patience and connection, especially on those tough days. The second framework is the performance system, and it connects everything together. It starts with the brain, teaching our children how to manage their big emotions. Then it links to the body, recognizing that a tantrum isn't always defiance. Sometimes it's just a missed nap or an empty stomach. And when you support the brain and the body, the behavior naturally starts to align. Discipline becomes about teaching skills, not about punishment. And when we start putting these simple frameworks into practice, something really amazing begins to happen. We slowly start to step off that path of constant conflict and struggle, and we find ourselves on a new path, one of genuine, lasting connection. I think many of us know this pattern all too well, even with the best intentions. It's that exhausting cycle of shouting, fighting over little things, and this feeling of emotional distance that just leaves everyone feeling drained and misunderstood. But the goal, the destination we're aiming for, is this. An experience where your home feels like a safe space emotionally, where discipline comes from respect, not fear, and where your relationship with your child is built on a foundation of deep, unbreakable trust. So what does this all create in the long run? It helps you build emotionally secure children who grow up to be confident decision makers. It nurtures their self-esteem, creates a calmer family life, and most importantly, it teaches children that it's safe to express their feelings, not hide them away. Just understanding this is the beginning of a whole new journey. It's not about finding a quick fix overnight. It's about taking one conscious, supported step forward into a new way of being with your family. And why does this matter so much right now? Because the future our children are walking into isn't going to reward just what they know. It's going to reward these very human skills, emotional intelligence, communication, being able to adapt, and having real mental resilience. We are preparing them for life. And please remember this. Let go of that pressure to be a perfect parent. There's no such thing. This journey isn't about perfection at all. It's about awareness. It's about being a little more gentle with yourself, a little more present with your child, and a little more intentional in how you respond. If this feels right to you, if it resonates in your heart, here is how you can take that first step. At Wellness for Life Academy, we believe that where minds meet, meanings multiply, and growth, well, that becomes mutual for our children and for us. Thank you for your time.